extra feeds, leads to Cam Johnson, and Bridges is open. Bridges, bottom. They're riding Bridges to the rim. Clock is down to 9. Martin is hurt. Out for O'Neal. Shot clock winding down. Bridges beats the buzzer. Mikal Bridges.
What up, what up, what up? It's yours truly, the one and only Hoots FERRO. Make sure you subscribe to the platform, all that great stuff. The cliche stuff I'm supposed to say. Just please make sure you like, you comment, subscribe to the platform if you're enjoying the content, please, all right? So I think this is one of those rare cases. I think it happens like once every 2 years. We get a trade in the NBA that works for both teams. And it's to the point where you're like, okay, I understand how they got better. I understand how this team got better. No one lost in a trade. I do believe this Kevin Durant trade from the Brooklyn Nets to the Phoenix Suns is one of those trades. We get one about once every 2 years where it's like, dang, both teams won. Two things can be true to me. The Phoenix Suns made the right move trading for Kevin Durant where they're at right now in their championship window. They got about I say a 2-year run here with Chris Paul to try to win one. And then I can obviously on the other end say the Brooklyn Nets, they got a phenomenal player in Mikal Bridges, yet to miss a game in his career. I want to say that again, yet to miss a game in his career. I want to say that one more time for the people in the back. Yet to miss a game in his young professional career. This dude is an NBA Iron Man, and I want to put this out in the atmosphere. He will play 83 games this year. Because of the trade, he's going to play one extra game. So this dude is going above and beyond. Not only is he guaranteed for all 82, make it 83. Mikal Bridges is also now becoming a dependable scorer for the Brooklyn Nets. I think if you ask them right now who's their go-to guy, more times than not, it's Mikal. And I don't know if they knew that coming into this trade. Let's highlight some of his best moments since he became a Brooklyn Net. I believe 11 of his 12 best scoring games have happened since the February trade between Brooklyn and Phoenix. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm dropping numbers on y'all now. 11 of his 12 best scoring games of his career have happened since February. Enjoy some of his best games. Never miss a game, Miles Bridges on pace to play 83 games this year. Due to the trade with the Phoenix Suns, his new home, the Brooklyn Nets, were hosting the Miami Heat, and boy, did Bridges have himself a game, literally a career game. Bridges, 6 quick, easy points early. Trust and believe he scored more than 6 in this one. Other end we go. It's Bam Adebayo to Max Strus for show. And then how about Gabe Vincent getting to his spot and showing you that he's got a wicked jump shot. Fading away, the Heat are up by 6. We're still in the second quarter, which means we get to see the former Phoenix Suns, now Brooklyn Nets, connect Bridges to Cam Johnson for 3. And then on the other end, Cam's got to deal with Bam, and that's not an easy task. The all-star Adebayo goes to work. Third quarter, more Bridges, feeling it from beyond the range. And then let's not forget Cam Thomas did score 40 3 straight games. He didn't get the 40 in this one. Got a lot of guys vying for minutes nowadays, but he did put some buckets up for the Nets. Bridges put more than just a few buckets up. He beats the third quarter buzzer, and he still got that thing going in the fourth. How about Bridges going right at Butler? Nets are up by 6 with a little over 6 to go. Bridges getting to his spot, working around in that Brooklyn offense, and it looked really good there. It's Miles Bridges, a career high 45 points. Traded me for KD. Okay, we'll see how that ends up for you. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. The Nets defeat the Heat 116-105. Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics thought they had a lick on Friday night with the struggling Brooklyn Nets in their building. First quarter, it was all about the phenomenal play of Jaylen Brown. I love how like once every 5 or 6 games, Brown will say, you know, I let Tatum rock out more times than not, but I can be the lead scorer if I wanted to. Then Derek White going baseline, hitting us with the reverse. And then there's that man, Tatum, one of the league's top scorers. But go back to Brown. Look at this nasty jab step. Then footwork, and one. Brown had 35 points to lead Boston. Tatum, once again, struggled from the field. That's happened a few times of late. Had 22 points. It took him 23 shots. The Boston Celtics, though, will go up by as many as 28, but the Nets are not done fighting. How about Mikal Bridges making some plays? And then look at that old Dallas chemistry translating over for Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie to Dorian Finney-Smith. And at the half, the Nets gain some ground and they keep it going in the third. Cam Johnson ties the game up at 70 with a three-pointer. Look at Bridges. He had himself a game. Dinwiddie once again finding Dorian Finney-Smith for three. This game goes from a big-time Boston lead to now Brooklyn's running away from this thing. Specifically, Mikal Bridges, another big night. How about 38 points for Bridges, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. The Nets now own the biggest comeback victory of the season. They were down 28 and beat the number 2 seed out east by 10. Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves got a lot to play for nowadays. They're trying to avoid the play-in tournament. On Friday night, they hosted the Brooklyn Nets. Edwards brought his A game to the party. Minnesota up by 8. Rudy Gobert starting to find his mid-season groove late in the season. Gobert had a monster game, 26 points, 13 rebounds, third quarter. Mikal Bridges' incredible run and start to his Brooklyn career continues. So is Spencer Dinwiddie starting to figure it out back in Brooklyn. He had a monster game. How about Dinwiddie? 29 points and a season-high 11 assists. When he wants to get in that point guard bag, he can definitely do it. Minnesota down 3, 2 minutes to go. Edwards ties this game up at 109. He had 32 points. Royce O'Neal's got a response for Brooklyn. They got a lot of good players. O'Neal puts the Nets up by 3 in the closing seconds. T-Wolves need a 3 to tie. Guess who? It's Naz Reid. What up, LSU? How about his only bucket of the game being the biggest up until that point in the game, forcing OT for Minnesota? Could they take advantage in the extra period? AE strikes first. T-Wolves up 3. But here comes those feisty Nets. They don't know if they want to be the worst team in the league or the best team in the league. Bridges had 34. Dorian Finney-Smith's three-pointer puts the Nets up by 3. He had 11 points. Now the T-Wolves need a score. They're down a point in the closing seconds of OT. Mike Conley gets a look. Now you tell me if he got fouled or not. It looks like he tries to avoid the foul. I want to believe if he just goes straight up and down, the refs might give him the call because Dinwiddie was clearly under him. You tell me what you think. I can tell you this for certain. The Brooklyn Nets got the 124-123 overtime win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic got to deal with a team that has high highs and low lows. Mikal Bridges and the Brooklyn Nets. And let's just say in the first quarter, it was more highs than lows for Bridges, who had that thing rocking. Look at this step back 3. Bridges on fire in the first quarter in Orlando. Dude was playing like they were in the bubble again. Bridges, 44 points for Mikal Bridges. He continues to be the standout piece of that Kevin Durant. You could throw in the Kyrie Irving trade for that matter. He's a standout piece of both. Other end, Franz Wagner goes and 1. And then the number 1 overall pick in the previous year's draft, Banchero with the deuce. Now Banchero running the show. Cole Anthony, the old opposite day alley-oop, just how they drew it up. Small forward to point guard. When the point guard can fly, you got to give it to him. It's Anthony throwing it down. Third quarter, Nicholas Claxton It's a grown man jam. It's chest to chest, man to man. What you put in the gym versus what Nicholas Claxton did. And on that position, I like Nicholas Claxton's chances. Nets are still down by 10, though, and Banchero says now you're down 13. Paolo continues to run away with the Rookie of the Year award. Cole Anthony led the Magic in scoring with 21 points. He got some help, though, from a few different guys. How about Wendell Carter's had 18 points, 6 boards. Franz Wagner's going to dish there to Anthony for the throwdown. Wagner had 6 assists to go along with 10 rebounds and 19 points. And despite Mikal Bridges' big-time performance, especially the first quarter, it's the Magic getting a 13-point win. The two teams that made in-season coaching changes, one of them knows they're going to be in the playoffs. The other, not so much. It's Mikal Bridges and the Brooklyn Nets hosting Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Bridges has literally taken his career to another level since he became a Net, and this game was no different. Atlanta trying their hardest right now to make it into the play-in tournament and make it to the playoffs. DeJounte Murray had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists as a contribution to the Hawks' playoff efforts. Second quarter, Onyeka Okongwu inside for the deuce. Mikal probably got away with a carry. It's a top of the key 3 for MB, and you're going to see that celebration if he knocks in that 3. Mikal Bridges' teammate in Phoenix, now in Brooklyn, Cam Johnson with the score. Right before the half, guess who again? It's DeJounte with the steal and the throwdown. We're in the third quarter. This time around, it's Brooklyn with the defense leading the offense. Spencer Dinwiddie finding Bridges. That's an and one. Mikal, 16 of 24 from the field. He's going to miss there, but Nicholas Claxton's got his back. And that most improved player of the year conversation is Claxton. I guess technically Bridges should be in it too. Mikal is going to make a play here with the shot clock going down, and I don't think I've ever seen. He shoots a shot in the corner. He misses. Shot clock still winding down because he didn't hit rim the first time. So he shoots it from over the backboard, and it goes. When it's your night, it's your night. Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and the Brooklyn Nets, they win again. No excuses coming out of this group of Brooklyn Nets. They just play hard, and they're holding off Miami for the 6th seed out east. Bridges now has his third 40-point game as a Net. 2 out of the last 3 games, he's went over 40. He goes for 42 points. Brooklyn wins by 17. Ballin' like a baller blocker. Every time I catch my feelings, I lock them in a bottle. And you probably found my heart somewhere lost in Nevada or maybe Brooklyn, where Mikal Bridges and the Nets are hosting the Utah Jazz first quarter. Cam Johnson, he know a little something about that young boy too. He was over in Phoenix with that group that played that young boy pregame. Mikal Bridges, ringleader, knocks in the 3. Other end we go. It's Taylor and Horton Tucker for show. THT, by the way, making some strides finally in Utah. Speaking of making strides, it's been the season of Lauri Markkanen. Mid-range jump shot on fleek, and so is Bridges. Nets are up by 11. Let's take a break and get back to basketball. When we got back to basketball, Bridges was doing the same thing, getting buckets all over the place. This dude has went from a role player in Phoenix to a star in Brooklyn. Spencer Dinwiddie's been in Brooklyn before, back again, still able to do things like that. Dinwiddie had 17 points. Dorian Finney-Smith goes and gets the lob and throws it down. Nets up 17, and then it's Bridges. THT knocks in the 3 as the Jazz go on a 9-0 run. Horton Tucker had 32 points. It's a 3-point game down the stretch. And then Bridges comes back at the Jazz's neck. He had 30. Ochai Agbaji is going to knock in a 3. And just like that, the Jazz are down 2. They played a foul game, and Curry misses a free throw, which means Utah's got a chance to win this one at the buzzer. It's Kelly Olynyk. I I don't know if that's the guy I want taking that shot in that moment. Utah suffers a tough defeat as they're falling backwards in the play-in scenario. Nets improved to 43-35 on the season with the 1-point win. Looking at some of the updates to the collective bargaining agreement, there's actually an outside chance that the Phoenix Suns could have probably waited to this offseason and got Kevin Durant and been able to keep Mikal Bridges, which would have made a phenomenal team. Then you're building for your present and the future. You got your present with Chris Paul and Kevin Durant and your future with Booker and Bridges, right? Like, that would have been phenomenal. This dude is clearly was being held back in Phoenix, and now he is a star in the making. He's got personality to him, by the way. He's just got to show it a little more. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about Mikal Bridges since he's become a Brooklyn Net. He has been, I would go pay to see him play basketball right now. Two things. If I buy the ticket in advance, I know he's going to be there. And second thing is he's at least 25 points a night since he's been in Brooklyn. I mean, I'm definitely sold on Mikal Bridges. And he makes a lot of threes, so it's not like I'm going to see a guy that's just kind of like boring. He's got some nice in and out moves. He plays defense. Like, I'll go pay to see Mikal Bridges. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this dude's surge over the last couple months. Some of his best games on full display for you to watch again. If you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to the platform. It's yours truly, the one and only Hoops FERRO. It's your time, your love, and support that your boy. I ain't never taking that for granted. Never. All right, I'm out.